Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Now, we've got some talented players at the club collectively, from those we're touching on in the first team, Nelson and Ketia, Rene Adelaide, Josh De Silva's under 23s. So there are a couple players. Obviously the under 18s are very good. 23s too. There's some exciting prospects. Under 16s too, even the ones that have left the club like Okaflex sadly and things like that. Yeah, it don't matter if it's Willock, Canabry to a degree. It don't matter if we're bringing in players from other countries or what I'm liking to see the homegrown. It's exciting for someone like me who loves youth football to see what's going on at Arsenal. The conveyor belt, even with the new man that signed Scholars. But two players who I'm pretty sure I've spoken about before, maybe not at length. I'm so sure I actually uploaded the video on this, and I don't know where it is or what I actually called it. But I spoke about two young players, schoolboys technically. And if you've been watching Arsenal, you've seen them make their debuts at various stages. Miquel Azeez and secondly Munsah. I can't say his first name, so I'm just going to call it by his last name, no disrespect. They're both central midfielders. They both technically will turn scholarship next year, so not this season, 2018-19, next season. Who knows, they might even feature at some capacity in the FA Youth Cup, because I mean Saka and Okonkwo did and they were still schoolboys. These are players I've got a lot of time for. Well, nobody's seen the friendly. They played in a friendly against Barnet, that's recently gone for the 18 side. But in regards to Aziz, he's a player I've got a lot of time for, man. He's got an eye for a pass, he's got an engine, he's got good technical qualities, the stuff we look for in a player. He's one of them that you just look for to... He just looks like a leader, whether it's leading by example or his technical abilities. I really like him. I'm not going to sit here and gas up the player and things like that. We'll see more of him when he turns to a full-year scholar. But it's promising. He's played for the under-18s while still a schoolboy. But at a point when he was technically under-15s, when he was still playing, you saw him play against Southampton, where he done all right. He's obviously played in the defeat against Spurs, where we got hammered, and a couple other schoolboys did. The 2-2, I believe, against Chelsea, which is probably his best game that he got a chance with. Obviously featured against Leicester, and I've got it here. I can't even. I don't even know my handwriting, so I can't remember what I wrote there. But he's featured against a couple in it, and he's making great strides. Now we can't get too ahead of ourselves. There was a point where J. Emmanuel Thomas was doing exactly what he was doing, and where is his career led him to? No disrespect to him, because he's still having a good career, but he was one I was looking at to potentially be Arsenal first team, and it hasn't happened. Like I said, the scholarship awaits. He's under 16, so technically this is not just him, but a number of players. This is a pivotal year. By December, January, they'll probably know kind of already how they'll get it, if they will, but by them 2 months there, they'll find out if they're getting scholars or not. I don't want to say he's assured, because nothing's assured in life, but he looks a damn near certainty that he's going to sign a scholarship, and he's a very decent player, man. Obviously, Munsah, likewise, he's played a couple of appearances for the under-18 side. I think they're slightly different in a sense. I believe they both got an engine. They're both technically very good players, but I just feel he's a more physical sort of player. I do believe he can assert himself a bit more physically, and he's I wouldn't say he's got a long range of shot of him, because I haven't watched him extensively to be saying things like that. But in the bits I've seen of him, he's not afraid to shoot from outside the area. He scored some cracking finishes in a number of tournaments that he's played for at Arsenal youth level. They're both English youth internationals as well. Munsah is actually chased by Juventus as well, so it's quite a coup that we've managed to keep him. Obviously, like I said, the goal against Hamburg was a good goal, and he played in the same England side as, I believe, Jermaine Penance's son, and obviously Dembele. Now there's a lot of Dembeles about. I can't remember the man's first name, but the young Scottish lad. Well, he's not of Scottish descent per se, but the young Scottish lad that 1 minute he's playing for Scotland, then England, and everybody watched 30 seconds of him and calls him a wonder kid. He's played in the same side as that. So yeah, not just him. We've got Alfie Matthews. We've got a lot of players collectively being called up for England. I know if you were to cast your mind back around 3, 4, 5 years ago, it wasn't necessarily the case. So it's nice to see that the club is putting more emphasis on developing players, and yeah, whether these players make it here or not, we're providing them with a good footballing education. And those that do make it, they're either going to be in. If only one gets to the first team, that's beneficial for us. If not, numerous players can be sold on for profit. That's how a self-sustaining club, or a club that aims to be self-sustaining, should run. Because I imagine, again, I'm speaking a bit in extremes here, but let's just imagine you developed two players, not these two, but two players that are realistically are not going to feature in your first team, and you sell both for 20 million or so. You've raised 40 million, depending on how you whipped it, 40 plus. That could be reinvested into clubs. Like, the way football is going now, Mason Mount and Harry Wilson, just to use them as examples, if they carry on developing the way I know they can, and they both find a face to break into their homegrown clubs or their parent clubs, Liverpool and Chelsea respectively, they could both be sold for around them sort of fees. Now, I believe Mount is will be worth way more than that, but I'm just saying, using that as an example. So you think about Chelsea, if they were to sell him for that and then reinvest it in elsewhere, or Liverpool. Now they've got the basis of, if they go for Fekir again, they'll have him, but they've got some great attackers. And obviously Wilson, for as much as I rate him, it's going to be a tough ask. So imagine they then sell him for 20 plus million on the basis that they're going after Fekir. Fekir, that 20 odd million gets slapped onto Fekir's transfer fee. So you see what I'm saying? It's helping you remain self-sufficient of sorts. So yeah, there's a couple other young players as well. Malcolm Elbowemi, I can't say his name, but he's a young Dutch international of Nigerian descent. I believe he's 14, 15. I don't know all the Arsenal 15s and 14s and stuff because I'm not there watching them, but he's one I've known about or come into contact with because of conversations I've had with certain individuals. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. To be honest, there's nothing more to say on that front. Guys, deluded. Please get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I'm out.